Hi, this is Mike from 5 Squared Support. I'm currently in the Philippines. Moments from now, I'm going to create a video showing how to set up virtual machine on your computer using VMware 17. The software is completely free. You can download it from their site or from 5squared.tech. Just click on the software tab. From that tab, you can find the link directly to VMware. There are multiple reasons to run a virtual machine. You can run multiple operating systems, to learn new systems, to test software, to protect your main computer from viruses and malware, to keep your work and personal files completely separate. You can recover from mistakes easily. You can run old software that doesn't work with your new computer. You can learn about different operating systems. You could share virtual machines with other people. To me, virtual machines is a must-have. Enjoy the video, and as always, reach out to us in case you need help with anything. As a courtesy to you, I will pause here for a moment to give you a chance to hit that subscribe button as well as the like button, and text and scream to all your friends to do the same. We're just going to go through the basic install here. We're going to do the default, nothing special here. Now we've reached the point to install our Windows 10 virtual machine. I'm going to use Rufus with Windows 10. A couple videos ago, I had shown how to do that. I'm going to put in my flash drive. I'm going to put in the flash drive and get started. We're going to right-click the workstation, and we're going to run this as administrator. Now, create a new virtual machine. We're going to do no operating system at this time. That default is fine. You can put this wherever you want. Go ahead and enter a friendly name, whatever you'd like to do. I'm going to go with a nice boring Windows 10. I'm going to stay with the default here as well. I'm going to customize hardware in a moment, but for now I'm going to finish it. Now we're going to go to virtual machine settings. I'm going to give this about 8 gig of RAM. We're going to add a new drive. Before we do that, I need to find out what disk number is on that flash drive. So the way to do that is right-click the Start button and left-click Disk Management. And all I want is the number. It is disk number 2. So I'm going to click Add Hard Drive, Hard Disk. I'm going to go with the default there. Here I'm going to change to physical disk. And from here I'm going to go to... Alright, our first hiccup. This is not a major hiccup. We just have to cancel this and close this. And I need to run this again as an administrator. Because the reason that is because the drive was not plugged in prior to me starting this. So now we know. But we're going to go back. We're going to edit the settings again. Slight repeat here, but we're going to go back to here. Let's just do, you know what? Let's stay at 2. Now we're going to add the drive. Going to stay with the default there. Physical disk, we're going to change this to 2 on this next. Use entire disk. Editor's note, I had to change desktops to finish this video. But we are to the point we can now run this. We should be able to boot off of the flash drive we had just set up. We do not want to connect to this each time. This is the Windows setup files. Again, we're using Rufus. It's going to set up the username. We're going to go ahead and install this. I'm going to fast forward through a lot of the boring stuff, except for me. This boring will remain. I'm going to show you a couple tweaks as soon as we get in, and that will be the end of this video. But there's many uses of virtual machines. I will show them as we move forward in time. We're going to install now Want to be sure this is not an upgrade. Upgrade won't work because this is a fresh virtual machine. Do not have a product key. If you have a key, you can activate this. I'm going to talk about activation in future videos. We're going to do Windows 10 Pro. I'm going to click accept before we read it, so let's read it. All right, we accept. Next, custom. Here is the drive we want. We could just go ahead and hit next. Is that a question? All right, one of the very first things I recommend you do is go to Computer Management. Right-click Start, left-click Computer Management. Click on Users and Groups once it populates. I did not mean groups, I meant users. Go to the user account that was set up, and we want to uncheck this, or at least I do. I will put a password on all my logins. However, I do not like to do that until the computer is set up, because during setup process, you might have to reboot many, many times. Next step we're going to take is install these tools. And the reason why we're going to do it is because if I were to make this full screen, you can see it's not full screen. The full screen is used, but the actual OS, operating system, does not cover the whole screen. It will once these tools are installed. It's going to ask to restart. When this is done, we're going to say no, and then we're going to do shutdown. I will explain that in one moment. The reason why it is a no is because we just want to shut this down. And we're going to run this workstation again as administrator, which on my other screen, trust me, I did open it as administrator. And the reason why is because we need to go in here and we need to disconnect the extra hard drive we set up. And if you don't run it as administrator, it will not remove. And now we can restart. Now that we have removed that, we can just go ahead and play the virtual machine. And there we have it. We are in our virtual machine. When using your computer, have you ever had a need to run an application 2 times, but you are not able to? With virtual machine, you can. I'm going to make a video soon showing how to do that. I think the example I'm going to use is Viber. I have multiple Viber accounts for multiple reasons. And I use virtual machines for this purpose. And I will show you how to do that. This will work for really any application there is. Anyhow, that's the video for now. Do that like button thing and subscribe, please. I need to get a little bit of traction here. Goodbye for now. Let me ask you something. Have you ever used your computer and you're running an application and you really want to run a second instance and have you ever been using your computer and it was running? Have you ever been using your computer and you wish you could run an application? Have you ever ran your... When you... I'm going to make a video